What is up, adventurers and travelers? Welcome into Tavern. I'm Daiquiri Magic, and tonight we are doing another installment of Tavern Talk. Joining me tonight, I actually have the most amazing co-host ever, Silver the Survivor. Say hello, Silver.
Hello. I can't get rid of me. I live here.
So today's episode is going to be kind of sporadic and random because we didn't get to really write a show because this week was very hectic and chaotic for work and life reasons. But we do have kind of a great idea or a great topic for today's show, but we're gonna hop into the appetizer round. Got some fun questions to ask, and the first question for appetizer is, if you were to be thrown into a D&D based world or a fantasy world, let's go with that. If you were thrown into a fantasy world, what class would you be?
Class. Oh. I mean, if I'm going to be in a fantasy world, I would have to go with some form of mage class. Something with magic, man. Like, you're in a fantasy world. Why would you go sword and board when you finally entered a world where magic is a reality? Like, I'm learning all the spells, man.
And
yes, I'll die to a stiff breeze, but that's okay, because magic, baby.
I mean, people always assume that mages and wizards and all this are weak, but you have to think that we have magic at our disposal. Granted, if we're living in that fantasy-based world where mana is a thing and you only get to use as much magic as you have mana, then yes, you might have an exposed weakness. But I think that magic users are just so underrated. I love the idea of magic, and you're not wrong. Like, being able to study all these spells, learning these different types, and not being like restricted to just one type of magic, like fire magic, healing magic, dark magic, but being able to explore all vast kinds of magic. Hashtag I blame Dag. That is very true. Blame Daiquiri for everything. But being able to explore all of these types of magic, it's just it's an awesome opportunity.
I guess then following off on that, since it sounds like we both go the same route. Come on, there's nothing stopping you from going out and like learning how to use a bow or becoming a swordsman. Like, swords and bows are real. You can use them right now.
Right.
There's just no point to it unless you enjoy that hobby. Otherwise, it's just like, eh. You're not gonna get attacked by a giant spider worthy of a sword. I don't know. Maybe if you live in Australia.
Now, were you gonna ask something off?
Oh, I was just gonna follow. Yeah, so I'm gonna follow up. So if we're both going down the route of magic, talking about schools of magic, which one would you focus on at least first?
Schools of magic, like if I had to pick like a selective like class that I was superior at, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Oh gosh, why do you have to ask all the hard questions?
That's me.
That's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would probably be between fire and water. And the reason why I say fire is a useful resource for just about. Oh, it's useful for a lot of reasons. For like healing stuff, is a great example, right? Say someone gets an open cut and they need to cauterize that wound. You can use fire magic to cauterize that wound, or even like someone loses a limb, just completely singe that off so they're not losing blood, right? Not only that though, but say you get caught outside and you get caught in like a very cold day or I should say a cold night, and you need some kind of warmth. Fire magic is there. On the flip side of that, and the reason why I would say water is kind of on the same premise of like survival needs. You can use water magic to, if you're going off the sense that you can utilize water magic to summon water and not that you have to be around water to use it. That's a great survival tool to have, because you can go weeks without food, but you can only go 3 to 4 days without water. I think being able to,
you can only go for a few hours without heat, though.
Right. So, survival wise, I think fire is the better way to go about it. So I'm gonna stick with that. I would go fire magic.
I didn't like flip your
no. I was really thinking about that. But if you think about like getting stranded outside, but you're like next to a lake, you can boil the water and at least get it cleaner and purified.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas if you get caught outside with water magic and it's cold, you're screwed. I would honestly have to say fire magic would be the house I would study first.
Very good. I think for me, it would probably be something along the lines of alteration magic.
Oh, I didn't even think of alteration magic. That's a
Just
genius
because
idea.
it's so useful in so many ways. Like alteration, you can literally like change anything to what you need to be. Or, I think even in like Skyrim, I think alteration also manages things like telekinesis. It's just kind of like the all-rounder utility.
That's
Even though you could go restoration, which would be pretty cool, especially in a modern day, like go into a doctor's field and you literally have the magic to heal.
I
Just
think
be like,
I will say though, restoration magic, you play a fine line with like again necromancy. Like you play that fine line of God at that point, and necromancers.
fair.
You with necromancy or necromancers, you do play that fine line just because if you can't let go of someone and you're constantly reviving them, are you truly giving them that satisfactory life? Like if they die and they die happily, but you can't live without that and you revive them, you're being selfish. And that's why like necromancers, that they're so dark and looked upon, because again, you're either utilizing the dead for your own cause or you're being selfish for your own needs.
I mean, that's fair, but I think you went too far in the sense that you're thinking of like, they're dead, I'm gonna bring them back. Like, I was just thinking, hey, somebody comes in with the flu or something like that, you can just go wibbly wobbly, magic, boom, you feel better. As somebody who's had years of pain before, going into a doctor and having them just go like, you're healed would be just so like that's relieving. Like that's restoration was what I'm thinking of. Yeah, necromancy is a doctor that hasn't given up, but I wasn't going that far.
Well, hey, I mean, you got to think that when you have that power, say something happens. I mean, we've seen the movies; it happens. um, so continue building off of this magic, how the magic and everything right now. Before we hop into main topic, the last question for appetizer round. Then, say you got a familiar. What familiar would you choose to have? And it could be anything. It could be something out of your imagination, something you've seen in a movie, something you know of as a creature. What would be your familiar that would be with you at all times?
I often think, well, if it's gonna be with me at all times, it's gonna have to be something fairly small. Uh, and something useful. Honestly, I think if I were to summon a familiar, it'd probably be some form of monkey. Just
I
because monkeys on their own, with high intelligence monkeys that aren't, complete, ticking time bombs. Like if it was genuinely like a, hey, this is your familiar little pet thing, having a monkey I think would be incredibly useful.
Okay.
Because they got the dexterous hands. They can climb really well. They're fairly small depending on the species. Like, I don't know. I think plus I think it'd be really fun. You can play catch. Of course, you could do that with a dog too, I guess. But
You do that. You can do that with just about any animal if that's what you're really
any animal. Now I'm thinking about it. Man, I set the bar real low. They're tripping over it.
I'm about to say, like I told you can have anything and you win with a monkey.
Okay, but how many animals could you request? Hey, go make me a hot shower. Monkey could turn the knobs, man.
Well, so I was gonna play off the fact that I would go off of something that I've studied, which would come a little bit from my religion, being that I'm shamanic, and I would go with either my shadow eagle, who is all black in color but then has silver wings, like silver interior feathers. So I would either go with that or I would go with a talking dragon. And I'm talking
Can that talking dragon make a sandwich for you?
I mean, depending on the type of dragon it is.
Fair enough.
Could be a dragon girl for all we know. I mean, human animal
Oh, there you
hybrids.
go.
Human
We're not
animal
tipping
hybrids could be
into
familiars too.
anime territory, man.
Hey, I told you it could be anything.
Okay, fair enough. That's true. That's on me for not broadening my horizons. I want to change my answer to cat girl.
I mean, you could if that's what you want. I'd go Dragon Girl or oh god, hold on. We will say. You know what? Let's not talk about that today. Let's save that for a whole nother day.
Save it for Valentine's Day special.
No, sure. Oh no, bird eating spider and agreed with fire. Oh god. All right.
Bird eating spider.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. Anyway, let's hop into main topic.
There's a lot of birds.
Gets cursed. Oh no.
I need to be eaten.
All right, main topic of the day. We're talking about potions. We are talking about any kind of potion that you could think of. If you're listening to this at home or if you're watching this on YouTube or Apple Podcast or any way you can watch this or listen to this, please comment what kind of potion would you like to see brought to the real world. It can be a combination of potions. It can be just a singular potion. What kind of effects does it have? What does it do? But main topic question is going to be, if potions were real, what kind of potion would you want to create? And this doesn't have to be a singular potion. We can jump into all potions, but I really think we should talk about some more of the fun ones that we had already started talking about earlier. All right, so I'm gonna let. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
I can start. Just because I was about to go on this tangent before he started streaming, and I was like, no, I must hold it for the stream.
All right. I want to hear what you got. What you got?
All right, so I went down the same kind of thought process you were thinking. Like, what if there was a potion you could drink and it would just give you money? But I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. But then I thought there was this really fancy potion in the Harry Potter universe called Felix Felicis, I think it was.
Oh, liquid luck.
It's literally a liquid luck potion. Like, what is more powerful in this world than good luck, man? Like,
dude, you know how dangerous that potion would be, though? Like, imagine.
But how dangerous could it be?
Well, think about it for a second, right?
I want you to try and talk this down. What could be the bad side to having liquid luck?
All right, so think back to when Harry drank the liquid luck, right? He couldn't get in trouble. Even when a teacher caught him breaking the rules, the teacher just tagged along to break the rules with him, right? Now, bring liquid luck into the real world. Say someone who likes to do no good gets a hold of it. Like, let's go with a bank robber. Great example, bank robber, right? So bank robber drinks liquid luck. Next thing you know, he walks into a bank unarmed, a big empty sack ready to collect all the money, and all he has to do is walk. Next thing you know, none of the security is looking at him. No cameras all fail. He walks in, for some reason the vault's open. And all the security boxes are somehow magically open because of liquid luck. Well, now the entire bank was just robbed and no one knows who did it.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. So I was going under the assumption that I was the only one that had access to this potion. I now understand how this could be bad if the entire world has access to this potion. Of course, at that point, depending on how rare it is, like if you could have this stuff be as, abundant as Mountain Dew, like would it really have any effect? Because now everyone's running on good luck.
So I guess you're right. We should definitely let's alter the question a little bit. So fine. Going off of the standpoint, we only have access to the potion. What would you have at that point then? So that's actually a good one then. If we're only going off the standpoint that we have access to it, liquid luck is actually one of the best ones to choose.
Yes, thank you. Okay. So going off of that, yes, I have the only access to this liquid luck. Definitely be going for it because I can't think of any situation where it wouldn't be useful. In which case, unless you're playing a game where you really wanted to lose. But even then, wouldn't luck help you lose? Because that's the outcome you would want.
I don't know. I think if you're trying to lose and you have luck on your side, I feel like you're actually going against yourself.
Would I just explode? I'd eat myself?
God, paradox upon paradox right there. You know what? And this is going to sound kind of very generic. Let's go Minecraft. Let's look at Minecraft for a second. There's a combination of 3 potions that I'd love to kind of explore with a little bit. Imagine having haste, like haste 4, having underwater breathing, and you have night vision, right? So now everything's lit up for you while you're underwater, and you can breathe, and you can go as fast as you can while you're underwater, right? Imagine what you could do underwater, like all the things that you could see. Now, granted, the only other thing that we don't have is protection, but again, you don't have to have a potion for protection.
You just gotta be faster than everything else in the ocean.
Yeah. Yo! What was that? Was that a shark? Oh my!
I love how you're just like, think of all the things you could do with going swimming fast. I'm like, yeah, but that's coming under the assumption that I actually want to go in the water.
That is fair, and that's coming from someone who actually.
I'll need some liquid courage for that.
That's called alcohol.
Yep.
But no, that's a great combination. Like, imagine if I only had access to that. I feel like being able to outrun just about anything with haste 4, underwater breathing 4, basically all potions at 4, right? Like that's pretty high. Being able to do all of that, I would attempt to get over my fear of the water, and I would try to go swimming more. Plus, if you stay in like certain parts of the water and everything, there's actually a lot of cool things under the water that have been lost to the centuries that would be really cool to rediscover, discover, and just experience. Like, because I think, what is it? The world is only 70 or it's 22% land and 78% water. That means there's
Careful.
78%. Like, I think it
Might
might
be spreading misinformation here.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's either. I think it's more actually. I think it's less land, more water. But anyway, I know it's more water. But anyway.
Hold up. I got you.
Oh,
It's
no.
71% surface is water cover.
Okay, so I was 7% too high. So apologies for the misinformation. But imagine though you were able to discover all these things and show the world these things. Well, first off, fame would come with that. The questions of how you did it would be unbeknownst to the people of the world. Just be lucky. But just imagine that though, like all the statues, all like the Titanic. Let's bring the Titanic up again because that's not a source.
You want to go see the Titanic? You know what happened to the last people who went to go see the Titanic,
No,
man?
I don't want to go see the Titanic. Gosh.
Okay. Of course, you're talking water breathing. Like you're not gonna have water pressure resistance.
You're not. We do have underwater protection assets available to us. Granted, you're kind of actually. I don't. Well, no, you'd have to have that suit pressurized. That's actually not a really good combination now that I think about it. Huh. Actually, you want to hear a fun one that would be kind of weird? Staying on
Is
the
it
same.
resistance to fire?
Yes, you actually fire lava
Did
resistance.
No, really?
Yeah, I was actually thinking lava resistance. Imagine if you could jump into a volcano, swim through that, and see what was under that.
You know what's funny though? Lava is not very liquid.
It's not.
Like it looks like it flows liquid, but that stuff is incredibly dense.
Right. No,
Like,
no.
you get it. It'd probably feel more like you're jumping into a pot of honey, and now you're like slowly sinking into this honey, and now you can't swim out of it, and you're just trapped forever in this eternal core of fire.
You don't have to be trapped in it. That dude, you
don't have to be trapped in it. I don't think you really have a choice at that point.
God, you just made me claustrophobic all of a sudden. God, damn, you just.
I will tear through all of your dreams.
You're literally doing it right now. That is horrifying to think about. What else? Well, okay, since my last two have been horrible, what else do you have?
I mean, so going back, sorry, gotta tear through another one you said. With the potion of speed, as useful as it would be to go really fast, would you have any control over it, or are you just always fast?
You would have control over it.
Or are you like, have to go back around every time you miss your exits, if you will?
That was my exit.
Wait, hang on, coming back around. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
or you just step to go into the bathroom and you're accidentally in Alaska.
Oh gosh. Sounds like some personal experiences. Do we need to know something, Silver?
No, I'm sorry, I brought it up. Let's just move on.
Anyway, what else you got for potions?
I don't know. I kind of stopped thinking after that one because I was just like, liquid luck, boom, got my answer. That was easy. No, I've always been a fan of flight. Even though probably teleportation is a better way of getting around. Just being able to fly, I think would be just so liberating.
God, I feel like
even if it's just hovering
for another show.
Like even if it's just like hovering for a second, imagine how cool it'd be. You wouldn't ever need a chair. You just like, just lean back in air, and you're just like, comfy. You're literally sitting on a cloud.
The potion of bubbles, like literally, you just start floating.
Yeah, but you have like ultimate control over it. So if you want to touch Earth, you're good. You're not gonna fly off into the stratosphere, and just. Or I think we're in the stratosphere. Oh no, I'm spreading misinformation now.
Oh gosh, so much misinformation.
Atmosphere, layers. Okay, we got the troposphere. Okay, yeah. So yeah, troposphere is where we are. Stratosphere is pretty high up there. Then you got the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and exosphere. Okay, so I was good. Saying stratosphere, not spreading information. Cool. So yeah, flight would be good. Anything to do with water, I think would be fun, except for the fact that it's like it would be so situational. I feel like there's other potions you could use. I mean, having fire resistance and cooking, I think would be pretty useful, just because it's just like no more burns. You accidentally touch a hot pan, you just whoop. Well, no, I'm fine.
Now, question for you. Then this is gonna be a weird question, right? So, kind of going off of the idea of let's go with liquid luck, and let's just keep it with liquid luck for a second, right? Could you soak a weapon in a potion and that weapon be enhanced by that potion?
What would a weapon soaked in luck look like? I mean, what does a weapon want? Because I feel like luck runs off of a lot of what the user wants.
Well, imagine that. Imagine a fishing pole soaked in liquid luck.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, is it better to put it on the fishing pole or just drink it yourself and go fishing?
I'm just saying though, like, what do you think?
At that point, You're baiting your fish with liquid luck. The fish bites it. They get liquid luck. Suddenly, they're not on the hook anymore. And in fact, they also are incredibly wealthy. They
How's a
find the
fish richer
Titanic.
than me? But no, I'm just curious. Like in the world where these potions exist, would we be able to use our potions like how?
Yeah, I would say yeah. You could use your potion however the heck you want. I just don't know what'll have the intended effect, whatever that may be.
It's called experimentation
like
for a reason, my friend.
Yeah, you cover your sword in liquid luck. You slash at an opponent, they get cut, and suddenly they're filled with liquid luck, and now they're beating you. Like, is that what you wanted?
No, but imagine you gave your weapon fire resistance and then you lit your sword on fire. It's not breaking apart while it's on fire or softening up the steel, but you're also burning enemies with it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if you really need to resist your sword, because I feel like a sword is already pretty fire resistant. If anything, you'd probably want to drink that yourself so you're not accidentally burning yourself with a flaming sword.
So funny enough that you say that. So swords are actually not fire resistant. If you superheat a sword real fast, you take away the temper. Therefore, you're either making it glass or you're making it very malleable to where it won't be useful to you. Just so you know.
All right. Of course, it depends on how hot the flame is, right?
For tempering and stuff like that, not a few hundred degrees will take away a temper.
Yeah, this is me coming from no blacksmithing experience whatsoever, except for whatever I did in Skyrim.
I've been watching a lot of blacksmithing stuff, so I'm kind of being a nerd on it.
Very nice.
I'm trying to convince my wife to let me open a forge, but the more and more I do research on a forge, the more and more she's telling me no. She's looking at me right now, telling me no.
I mean, hey, if you're closer to Hollywood, you could probably be like a forge master for Hollywood props.
Oh yeah,
that'd
prop master.
Cool.
Like
that'd probably be like the coolest job to have as a forge master, I think.
I think it would be a really cool job to have, like being able to forge historical weapons from history for a period accurate movies. Jeez, I wish I could talk today. Yeah. That would be really cool. Nah, I don't feel like that's a good way to ask that question, because obviously it would work. I was about to ask, like, do you think mixing potions with food would work? Yes. The answer to that would obviously be yes. Now, with that...
No, the answer is yes, except for with grapefruit.
No, gosh, what happens with grapefruit?
It just nullifies it.
What canon is that from?
It's not canon. It just seems like every time I get a drug, it's like, this is fine to take with anything except grapefruit. It just seems like the acidity or whatever, the chemical makeup of grapefruit seems to just be wacky when it comes to ingested medications. So
you are not doing good, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. But okay, so going off, kind of want to build off that question for a moment though. So imagine though you do actually mix in a potion with food, right? Now, when you do that with alcohol, the strength of the alcohol is reduced, right? So do you think if you mix in a potion to food, would that reduce the potency of the potion?
I'd say no, because even though yes, the concentration of alcohol is diluted, I don't think it takes away from how much alcohol you're still consuming. Like the alcohol is still present, it's just less noticeable because it's spread out. So same with the potion, as long as you consume the entirety of the food or whatever beverage, like you would probably still have the same effects of that potion.
That's smart.
You probably won't be able to taste it as much.
No, that's smart. That's smart. I like the way you phrase that too, because it's like I couldn't really think of like if that would work or not. For me, if I'm thinking of that from that scientific standpoint, I feel like maybe it would be reduced a little bit, but not enough to be noticed.
Yeah, I mean, I know alcohol evaporates really quickly, but I think that's more for alcohol that's more pure, I would say, like 90%, 100% alcohol will evaporate very quickly. But yeah, for like table alcohols, I'm not certain how much faster it is, if at all. And I'm not even certain if potion contains alcohol, so it might not evaporate at all. It's magic.
I mean, again, like it all depends on what you're going to for your potion.
Yeah. Because at that point, it's like, unless it tastes really bad, I see no reason why you would want to infuse it into any foods or beverages. You're like, just drink it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know where else to go with this right now.
That's all right.
So
I feel
like we kind of touched on. I feel like we touched on everything we could for this one.
Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied.
I do too. I mean, healing potion. Talking about the healing potion, you're right. And I feel like I mean, again, we already have modern day medicine. Let's talk about that. Actually, we can dive into that for a little bit. We actually have modern day medicine right now. Say we got rid of all modern day medicine and you crafted a healing potion that cured all, right? Would there be tiers for that potion, or would the one potency fix anything from a paper cut to cancer?
I think it would be the cure all. If we're talking magic potion, we might as well go all the way. One potion to cure them all.
One potion to bind them?
Yeah, something like that. However, the thing is, if you were to create that potion or have access to that potion, you would be absolutely a target for all medical companies everywhere.
Oh God, yes, you would.
Because you would basically nullify an entire, mafia of medical producers or medication producers. Like, yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, look, medical's calling me right now. Hello?
There said something about a healing potion.
I heard a cure for cancer. Oh man, I really shouldn't joke about that right now. That's poor taste. I'm sorry for anyone watching this right now. One potion to gather them all, and in the darkness bind them. All right,
we're talking about a health potion, right? It's gonna bind you, and it's gonna,
what was it?
Gather everybody.
9 healing potions for the for man, 7 for the dwarves, and 3 for the elves. But 1 dog healing potion was made in secret.
This thing's supposed to heal, right?
the Lord of the Potions. Fellowship of the Healing. God. That sounds like the literal worst write-off ever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, going back on topic, I think the healing potion would be probably one of the next most useful things, just because we go through so much medical stuff throughout our lives. No matter who you are, you're gonna encounter some form of damage and or sickness. Having a potion on hand that could just immediately remedy that would be so good. Now, that being said, would liquid luck do the same thing? Do you really? No. I was going back to what you were saying of the health potion, but
I feel like,
if you have liquid luck, would you just heal really quickly because it's lucky that you were healthy, or you just have whatever you need on hand to heal really quickly?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, I just feel like with liquid luck, you have the potential to just get away with a lot of things. I don't know, the way they explained it in that movie.
The odds are just always in your favor.
Basically, like again, look at how it worked for Harry.
No, you know what I would do? I would chug a liquid luck and then I would actually go gamble.
Oh, that's how you get your ass whooped really quick.
I know. I was just thinking about that. Like, never mind.
Walk away with
they would immediately know something was up.
Yeah. Go to a casino, win $3 million, your ass.
But hey, I'd have liquid luck, so if they're shooting at me, all the bullets would miss. If they try to beat me, I'd be able to get away.
Now, question for you. Actually, let's building off of that real quick. How long do these potions last? Like, if you drink a healing potion, does it permanently heal you, or is it time based? Like, you're healed for so long.
Oh, that would suck. If it's a time based, that would be awful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not much better than any medication today. It's like, oh, I got a headache, take some Tylenol. Oh, my headache's back in 6 hours.
But yeah, imagine that though. Like, I mean, we're talking basically going into modern day medicine at this point. But
at that point, you're no longer talking about a magic potion. You're talking about drugs. Because now you're attached to this drug. Because if you stop at any point, your broken leg will come back. I don't know.
God, oh my gosh. Could you imagine, like, you drink a healing potion and you drinking it because you have a broken leg, and every fragment of that bone it heals, but you have to feel all of it.
No, that's not fun. No, thank you.
Oh man. So I think I definitely
heal things currently wrong with you. Yep.
Heal things currently wrong with you would be.
And I imagine that means permanently.
Yeah.
Not that you couldn't ever get a headache again, but just in that moment, it's gone. It's been obliterated with magic.
Yeah. So I think certain potions would have to have a time limit. Like, if you had liquid luck and liquid luck you were lucky for the rest of your life.
No.
Geez.
No. I always imagine liquid luck to be kind of like healing potion seems to be like it takes you back to your state and then it's done. And then, you can move on and then you can get hurt again and then you take it again and it gets you back to your original homeostasis, if you will. And you keep going up. And then liquid luck, you'd have a couple hours depending on how much you drank.
We need to talk. We need to expand more on the currency one that we were talking about, because I don't think we expanded on that one enough. I don't think we did enough.
Yes, the dodge the falling money
so
potion.
Basically, it is a liquid luck, but it's all currency based. You drink this potion, you have any chance to receive 1 penny, $1 million, or it just rains gold bars on you, and you have to dodge it.
That would be one where having the fast potion would be very useful.
No, you know what comes to my mind whenever I think, like, now that I'm like ingrained with this idea of this like money potion, the only thing that comes to mind is you drink this potion and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs happens, and you just look up and you see a giant meatball hurling towards you, but it's not a giant meatball this time. It's just a stack of gold bullion.
It's a gold nugget.
And you're just like, what do I do? What do you do in this situation?
I can imagine that. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say a meteor of gold is coming towards Earth, and it's your fault.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's like world-ending gold. Congratulations. There's a genie wish for you. I wish I was wealthier. Your wish is my command, buddy. Gold's coming your way.
I wish I had
also,
all the gold.
You only have 3 days to live.
Oh my gosh. The literal thought, like, that's what went through my head when we talked about that currency, is like just a gold meteor coming towards Earth, and you're just like, there's all the gold you can have. By the way, you're done after this hits the Earth.
Yeah, funny thing with gold though, and with most items, is like once there's an abundance, it loses its value. So it's just like, yay, lots of gold, but now it's like practically worthless unless you hide it away from the world and create a false, what's it called, the false supply.
Oh, I have no idea. I'll be honest with you.
It's basically what happened with the diamond industry for a while there. Is like there was only a select few people who had access to diamonds, and since diamonds don't have much value outside of maybe like hardware and stuff like that and jewelry, it's like if there's a lot of diamonds flooding the market, well then it's like, well, diamonds aren't as worth as much, so they had a slow trickle of diamonds entering the market to keep things valuable still.
Right.
And they could do that because they were the only ones possessing diamonds. But yeah, going back to the topic of the raining gold, I could just imagine the description of that potion being something along the lines like, pros, it's raining gold. Cons, it's raining gold.
Oh my gosh. Just see, again though, would it be coins? Would it be bars? Your luck or whatever you get is what you get, and how long it goes is all dependent on how much you drink too. That's another stipulation, is just how much you drink of it. And that to me is horrifying, because if you drink that entire bottle and next thing you know,
oh no.
Oh, you ready for it to get worse though? Are you ready for it to get worse? Think about coins. Just think about coins for a second, like pennies, dimes, quarters, nickels, like the varying thicknesses and everything. Some of them are serrated, some of them are not. And imagine them just falling from the sky. The rumor, like, just imagine just multiple millions of them just pelting you. You would not survive. It's just horrifying to think about. Let's bring the horror aspect into it. It's rain and pennies. Hallelujah. It's rain and pennies. That's where my mind just went. I'm sorry. All right. Well, I feel like we have hammered away at this potion idea. If you have a potion that you'd like us to talk about next time we bring up potions, let us know down in the comments. We need to do a last call question. I'm kind of horrified at the last call question, because I just don't know. But say you could have one dangerous animal as a pet. You could have.
All right, back to the pets.
Oh, I'm going back to the pets. We're not. It's a pet though. Like, it has to be a real animal. You get to have one dangerous exotic animal as a pet. What are you picking?
A Komodo dragon.
I don't know why I saw you picking that, but I just knew you were gonna go with the Komodo.
Not only that, like, you have an awesome freaking lizard, like the size of a dog in your house. You're just like, you could have your beware of dogs sign and everything like that. People open the door and it's a Komodo dragon. But you also get to say you have a dragon.
That is
like
true.
I know there's bearded dragons, which are smaller and more manageable, but like this is a Komodo dragon, man. Like you have that thing on a leash. Like it's like you would feel like a crime boss, I think, if you just had a Komodo dragon. Just chilling.
I mean, if you want to talk about being a crime boss and you want to talk about being legit and feared, how about an Arctic tiger?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, oh, tiger would have been a cool option too.
Oh man, a white tiger too. Like, how exotic would that be? And if you train your tiger, it can be a truly domestic cat and everything that can actually love on you and not kill you. Bro, that would be so amazing. And it's got fluffy fur.
I was gonna say, imagine cuddling that thing. It would
Oh
be
my
just
gosh,
like,
the best
yeah.
cuddles. That's where I'm at with that right now. So I would have to go Arctic Tiger. You're going Komodo Dragon. That's it for last call. We're going to end this show here. If you guys have ideas that you'd like to see us discuss here on Tavern Talk, please let us know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is going to be, this is it for this installment. As you can tell, I am scatterbrained today. So we're ending here. I love you guys. Hope to see you in the next one. Say bye, Silver.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.